There's more to imagine when you listen. So let your imagination soar with Audible. Audible has audio titles from every genre that will inspire you to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. Enjoy an exciting reawakening of a beloved classic with the Audible original David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, produced by Academy Award-winning director Sam Mendes, starring Ncuti Gatwa, Helena Bonham Carter, and Theo James. This adaptation breathes new life into a familiar tale. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500.
Are you struggling to close deals? Cold outreach is wasting the time of both the buyer and seller at every stage, especially when sellers are using shallow and outdated data. Your organization can overcome these challenges with technology that translates comprehensive, high-quality buyer data into real-time insights. These deeper insights empower sales reps and teams to adopt the habits of top performers, which leads to better outcomes, like more pipeline, higher win rates, and larger deals. We call this deep sales. And we've built the first deep sales platform with the next generation of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Right now, you can try LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get a 60-day free trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial for a 60-day free trial. Let LinkedIn Sales Navigator help you sell like a superstar today. Just go to linkedin.com/trial and get started.
Welcome to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine, the show that teaches you how to survive the things that can kill you.
Like deadly water bottle missiles?
Oof.
How about Hurricane Hillary?
Oh, no.
Road rage.
Ugh. And the things that make you just wish you were dead.
Dreams about Michael Keaton?
Yes.
Being an adult triplet?
Oh, not fun.
Controlling boyfriends?
Yeah, been there.
Sorry I said that with so much mirth. It's not mirthful at all.
No, but it will be.
You know what is mirthful?
Our theme song.
Let's roll it.
Ground is shaking under our feet, mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. How to survive. How to survive.
Hey!
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Hi there. Didn't see you.
Well, Danielle,
Kristine.
I was listening to Never Not Funny.
Yeah.
You like that show, right?
Yeah, I'm a subscriber.
Oh, I'm a fan. I'm not a subscriber. Well,
I'm
I do,
a fan.
I do click on the plus sign. It is in my feed. I guess I am a subscriber.
Well, you have to pay for the different level.
I'm not doing that.
No, you'd get 2 episodes a week if you paid for
I should do that.
Primo. What is it called now? Is it called Primo?
Platinum?
Platinum.
I got to be a platinum member. What am I waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Life is short. I better subscribe. Jimmy was sharing a little bit about Taylor Swift.
Yes.
On the Roz Hernandez episode, and I realized
we
have
not
talked about
right
the show that we both went to
at the same day,
same night.
That's right. So let's see. I don't want to be too repetitive of what Jimmy's. It was really enjoyable. I do think it was rather long. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I'm going to say I knew half the songs.
Yeah.
Which is more than I thought I would. But as the evening went on, I knew more and more songs.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I know this one too. I know this one too. I've had bad blood. I mean, I've had a blank space in my head for a week straight.
Mm-hmm. Fun times.
Mixed up with Say You Remember Me. Da, 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 da.
That one.
Wildest Dreams.
Yes.
Great song.
So they keep morphing into each other in my head. Did you and Alex have fun?
We had a great time.
Great.
It was a little too loud for her. I forgot to bring earplugs.
Oh, shoot.
So she, I think, struggled with the sound. When the 8-minute standing ovation happened, should we talk about the irritation of that moment?
So Jimmy, I don't think described it completely exactly what happened on Never Not Funny. What happened was she finishes this song, Caviar Problems. Is that what it's called?
Champagne Problems.
Okay.
I love this song, by the way.
Okay.
It's an album I love, and I love that song.
I did not know that song. So she finishes that song, and she starts, she just gives this sort of smirk, like this kind of like cutesy look, and that is a signal to her lemmings to then applaud and clap. And then she does this whole thing. Okay, this is what it reminded me of. Remember when, why do I always forget her name? The tall, skinny, Kristen Wiig.
Yes.
Kristen Wiig was on Saturday Night Live, and she used to do her impression of Kathy Lee. Do you remember this? And she'd be like, and she'd do this thing where she just gestured and she like kind of laughed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it reminded me of, because she has in her hand, Taylor Swift has a microphone, but she's holding it away from her and mouthing, "Oh my God, I can't believe this.
Yes.
This is insane," as people applaud.
Yes.
She could have. So I get a text from Kristine at this moment that says, "Is she having a mental breakdown?" Because
it felt like that.
Yes. And I felt very heartened to receive that from a fan, knowing that I wasn't just being a cynical asshole. So
I knew you would see. I was like, Danielle will get this.
It was insane. Jimmy and I were looking at each other like, she can just talk into the mic.
It'll stop at any moment.
Stop. So anyway, so she, after 8 minutes, she finally holds up the mic, which would have stopped it to begin with.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think, had she not done that, we could still be there with her.
Yes, we would be there now.
With her mouthing the words, "Oh my God, I can't believe this." Right.
Overall, as far as the sort of performance aspect of the show, it was
spectacular.
So cool. And the different costumes. I mean, when she came out in that like glittery snake outfit that was like
cool.
a bodysuit. Yeah. I mean, it was really
too much green, I would say.
A lot of green, the green velvet.
I didn't understand why there were 3 green dresses.
I did like the witchy orb one. That was fun with all the hoods. I was like, she's getting into her Stevie Nicks stuff.
Yes, it was very Stevie Nicks.
But it was fun. It was like, you know, she embraced all the different eras.
Right.
She was on point.
So before we got in,
yes,
you know, I'm new to all this, and I see, everyone's dressed as like from a different video, I guess. Because
yes, there's lots of costumes.
There's costumes. I've never been to a show where people were like in costume as the person. I mean, yes, sometimes when you see Stevie Nicks, there's some people who think there could be her stand-in or something. But it was crazy. I was like, oh my God, I guess that's that song, and that's Blank Space, and that's whatever. And then I said to Jimmy, I said, I guess I'm dressed as what if Taylor Swift had never had a recording contract. So lots of like if things didn't work out.
Yes,
that's how I'm dressed in that era.
Yeah, I'm dressed in the era of middle-aged Taylor Swift into the future when people don't care about her anymore.
I did like the shirt that said, "It's me. Hi, I'm the dad. It's me."
Oh, I didn't see that.
Very cute.
That's really funny.
I love that.
How many dads did you see just sitting in their chair looking at their phones?
I didn't.
I saw a few.
I didn't, but that's
fun.
probably because we were in the front. The other cute thing I saw was I was waiting for Jimmy to go to the restroom, and there were these 2 identical twin late 20s guys, like kind of a little like chubby, a little, redheads. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. They're like, I don't know, seeing identical twins, it's just kind of cute. And they're adults, and they're into Taylor Swift. And, they're both into the same thing. Out comes the third one.
No.
Triplets.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
Triplets. It was so cute. I'm like, oh, my God, they're all into Taylor Swift. How many more of them are there that aren't into Taylor Swift?
I mean, I do think...
father.
So disappointed.
Straight one in the bunch.
They could have been straight. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, probably not. But
Now that you guys have experienced the show,
yes,
imagine being there and enjoying it and hearing, "Do you want some wine?" Charlie's going to be so jealous. That's what I got.
Oh, that hag.
Now you know why I had to turn around and tell him, shut up.
As they said on Real Housewives of New York, cackling hags.
Mm-hmm.
I am watching it still. Speaking of which, our own Christine Kimmel looks extremely like Jenna Lyons today.
I think
very beautiful.
The shirt, yeah.
It's the low hair ponytail.
Okay.
The earrings, the shirt, the pants, the whole bit.
I'm bringing it.
2 things I want to talk about very quickly.
Take your time.
One
I'm not going anywhere.
One is my dad very recently, had a reunion with Jamie Farr of MASH fame.
He's Lebanese.
He is Lebanese.
I know that because my stepdad's Lebanese, and he's like, one year Jamie Farr came to the Lebanese picnic.
Well, they talked about it on MASH like all the time. They mentioned that Klinger was Lebanese. Anyway, they used to be friends.
Yeah.
And long story short, he was at a convention and Jamie was there, and they didn't have a falling out or anything.
That's good.
Jamie had moved. I guess to old people, they weren't old at the time, but anyway. So there was an incident on the plane where they had to land the plane. It was someone had like passed out.
Your dad and Jamie Farr had to land the plane?
Yes. Well, my dad, and he's only the navigator
on the river.
And Klinger, he didn't know Jack. So anyway, somehow it ends up to be my dad, Jamie Farr, and Bob Eubanks are all sorry. Are all hanging out together. I know. I'm a Nepo kid. So they're all hanging out.
We're going to get you a shirt that says Nepo baby.
Right. I should get a shirt that says, I'm a Nepo baby, and all I got
What's this t-shirt?
was a job at a comic book store. That's literally all I ever got.
All I got was a small role on Simon and Simon.
That had nothing to do with...
You fucking earned that.
No, I earned that. So, anyway, I only say that because I lost out on so many other jobs. I'm assuming that it wasn't because of nepotism. Anyway, so... they're all hanging out at the airport, and my dad they don't know how long until the plane reboards and everything.
Yeah.
My dad, and they're having a nice time, and my dad decides he needs ice cream. Okay. Which I relate to, I get. So he says to them, what kind of ice cream do you want? And I don't know what Jamie said. Bob Eubanks likes a nice vanilla. My dad decides, he's 86 years old, to go running through the airport to find ice cream. Literally running.
Yes.
Then he finds a younger guy and he taps him and he goes, want to race?
What?
Or maybe he just said, run with me. So now
Just some random
young guy. Okay, he was black. My dad did put that part in, so I'm going to put that part in.
Okay.
So this guy is game, and he starts running with my dad.
Yeah.
And then my dad just likes to make a game out of things. Like,
yes, this is adorable.
It's adorable. So he starts running with this guy, and then the guy is like outrunning him. So my dad's like, bye, nice to meet you. He gets the ice cream. He gets back to this would have given Jimmy a panic attack because like he doesn't know when the plane's taking off. He gets back, everyone's boarded. He gets on, and
he has how many ice cream cones?
I think just 2.
This sounds so much like that Frog and Toad story. But go on.
What Frog and Toad story?
Where the one wants ice cream, and so he goes to get it, but it's melting everywhere.
Oh.
Anyway, it's really cute.
I don't think I ever read Frog and Toad to Oliver, which is super weird because I loved it as a kid.
Yeah, it's so good.
So anyway, he gives the ice creams and he gets up. But the reason why I'm telling the story is because if you recall, I've told a story about why I don't ride a bike so well, which is because what I thought was a gypsy told Jamie Farr and his wife that the next person who was coming into the house who was pregnant, they were going to give birth to the reincarnation of this kid who died in a bicycle accident.
Oh my God.
I never told you guys this story?
I don't know this.
Okay, well... Yeah, so my parents never really taught me how to ride a bike, which seems like the opposite advice. If you are told that your kid's going to die in a bike accident, make them really good.
Proficient bike rider.
So the addendum to the story, or the amendment to the story, is that it wasn't a gypsy, it was a Catholic priest.
That is way off.
Yeah, I got that part wrong. And that Catholic priest ended up to be excommunicated.
This story has levels.
Layers. I quickly want to tell you about the dream I had last night. I know dreams are horrible.
No,
but it's extremely quick.
Oh God, I have one too.
Okay.
All right, go.
Okay. I had a dream where I was at some event where Michael Keaton was going to be there.
Oh my God, this is the best.
And I had to time it so that I would be there when he got out of the event or something. Like I had some reason to be there. And I saw him, he had taken off his shirt for some reason and he put it back on and was tucking it into his pants.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, when I see him, I'm going to say, I saw you tucking your shirt into your pants. Let me know if you need any help with that.
Nice, Danielle.
Then in the dream,
good flirting.
Yeah. Then in the dream, I came in here and told you guys my line.
Wow, it's like Inception.
It is Inception. There was a spinning top. Then I saw him and I did the line.
And
it kind of worked. But I remember...
Did you help him?
Well, it was just a line. Okay. I was like, for next time, kind of. But I remember wishing I was dressed better because I didn't know what was going to happen. So I was like rolling up my shorts to make my shorts shorter and like putting on.
This is like a 14-year-old dream. I love it. It's so cute.
Yep. Yes.
My shorts need to be shorter.
And then I was going to wear like higher shoes.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah. That was worth it.
Thanks.
I hope this is going to be worth it. I had a dream where we had booked Julia Louise-Dreyfus as our guest on our podcast. She had an assistant with her, and somehow they had known this whole time we had cameras, and they both knew how to work the cameras. So every time we'd go to commercial, they would like make funny faces at the cameras and be really charming. And I was like, how did we not know this whole time? And the second thing was, for some reason, with Julia, Garen wasn't out.
Oh, no.
So he was pretending to be straight for her because he didn't want her to know he was gay.
Was he wearing what he's wearing now? Because I don't think that would
work.
worked.
And he then wanted to be so straight, he was like, hey, Julia, I have a joke. And his joke was, and both you and I were like, Garen. Don't. Garen, don't. But we were like trying to side eye sort of like this, like don't do the joke. And you were like, this is my joke. So I say to the woman, hey, can you put on a smaller bra? Because that one's baggy on you and it's making your small tits look saggy.
That is such a good joke.
Yeah, right? And we were like, and everybody just got silent. And her face just went like flat. And the assistant was like, oh my God. Because he was like this very flamboyant. Like, is it okay to use the word flamboyant?
I don't care.
Is it okay?
I don't know. Is there a new word for the person who's like, oh my God? He was like,
oh my God.
So ashamed. Like, I was like, they're going to walk off the podcast. And Danielle and I were just like, oh, fuck, we're never going to have this is at the end. And I just couldn't understand why you did it. Anyway, that was my dream.
Amazing. That's
oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
I can see what you guys think of my comedy.
And your machismo. Wow. Well, from the sublime to the ridiculous, or vice versa. Are you ready to get into our topic?
Yes.
It is how to survive road rage.
Oh, please help me with this.
Okay. Here's just some statistics.
Okay.
In 2019, 82% of people admitted to committing an act of road rage in the past year. 82%. A total of 12,610 injuries and 218 murders have been attributed to road rage.
Is that just here in LA?
Yes. Over a 7-year period in the United States.
Golly.
66% of traffic fatalities are caused by aggressive driving. Road rage has been responsible for about 300 deaths since 2013. 30 murders annually are linked to road rage.
Oh, man.
50% of drivers respond to careless acts of other drivers with aggressive behavior themselves. 37% of aggressive driving incidents involve a firearm.
Oh, man.
Aggressive driving played a role in 56% of fatal crashes from 2003 to 2007. 500%.
So half of fatal crashes,
are
from aggressive driving,
not just like a mistake.
Wow.
500% increase in reported cases of road rage over the last 10 years. So that was from 2019 because of the pandemic, the statistics changed because there were fewer people on the road. So I didn't talk about those statistics.
Got it.
Aggressive driving, also called, more commonly called road rage, is dangerous and negative behavior drivers engage in for a variety of reasons. Oftentimes, the driver is drunk, already making poor decisions, suffering from a mental breakdown, like doing an 8-minute standing ovation, or emotional strain, or simply just late and needs to get somewhere fast. While none of these are acceptable reasons for putting yourself and others at risk, road rage is all too common. In March of 2021, okay, so the Zebra is this place where I got this stuff. The Zebra is like a website that sort of deals with all insurance stuff.
Oh, okay.
Car stuff. Okay. The Zebra looked at the driving behaviors of 1,500 Americans and identified several insights around road rage and aggressive driving. Drivers reported that the most frequently witnessed act of road rage, 45.4%, was another driver angrily honking their horn. 38. I mean, I've done that.
Yeah.
That's going to be called.
I've done it when it's like somebody's about to hit me.
Yes, of course. 38.9% of drivers witnessed other drivers signaling rude hand gestures to other drivers in an act of road rage.
That's happened to me.
Yeah, you've flipped people off or you've been flipped off.
I've definitely been flipped off for things that I'm like, that I didn't really do anything. Like once I stopped at a stop sign fully.
Yeah,
And
they
that,
flipped you
that
off.
made somebody so mad they flipped me off.
Garen, you're ever in the backseat of an Uber and flip someone off?
You know, sometimes
driver.
they've asked me to, and I oblige.
Oh, that's good. You get 5 stars.
I'm polite.
Yeah.
Not to other drivers, but I'm polite.
26.5% of drivers use music or a podcast to calm down after getting angry while driving.
You know what is the best podcast for that?
How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine. Remain calm. So how do we deal with this? The first step to avoiding becoming the victim of road rage is to make sure you're driving safely, calmly, and not provoking anyone else. Examples of aggressive driving include yelling at other drivers, weaving through traffic, and tailgating. In extreme cases, it can escalate into intentionally ramming other cars or even a physical confrontation. Road rage is often a cycle. One driver provokes another who responds aggressively until things escalate beyond reason. Even if another driver is doing something dangerous or, flip page, inappropriate, do your best. Do your best to calm your anger on the road and avoid aggressive behaviors and rude gestures. Remembering, it's just so funny to me that an adult would be upset that someone made a rude gesture at them. Like, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it. Like, if somebody flips me off, I definitely feel like violated is too strong of a word, but like, it feels like, what
come at me, bro.
It just doesn't feel good to have somebody do that, but like, I'm not going to let it ruin my day.
Right. Remember that the other driver's anger isn't about you.
Not
Road
personal.
rage is often related to underlying emotional regulation issues.
Yes.
So try not to give other drivers an excuse to lose control. Don't block lanes, don't cut off other drivers, and make sure you're going at an appropriate speed. Due to how common road rage and aggressive driving are, you're bound to encounter an angry driver sooner or later. When you do, take the following actions to avoid or minimize conflict. Let the other drivers pass. Road rage drivers are usually in a hurry, so get out of their way without engaging. Once they pass, you can go back to normal driving. After they move on, consider pulling over for a moment to calm down before you continue driving. Residual anxiety can impede your driving even if the road rage incident is over. You know, because like your heart is pounding and you're like, God damn it. Don't make eye contact. If the angry driver won't pass you but instead stays nearby, avoid eye contact. Angry drivers may want to intimidate you or could be seeking out conflict. Ignoring them and focusing on the road can encourage them to move on. Contact authorities. If the driver insists on harassing you, contact the police to report the dangerous behavior if it's safe to do so. Be prepared to provide any identifying information, including a description of the offending vehicle, its license plate number, as well as your location and direction of travel. Don't go home or find a safe place to stop.
Oh, you don't want them to know where you live.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yes. If the offending driver follows you or engages in more aggressive behavior like invading your space, ramming you, or continued verbal harassment.
That's so scary.
Yes. Don't go to your home, work, or other places you frequent.
Go right to the police station, right?
Instead, drive to a busy public site with witnesses or better yet, a police station. Keep the windows up and the cars locked. Okay. What to do if someone gets out of their car? If the other driver is especially persistent, they may follow you to the public place you stopped at. If they get out of their car and approach you, don't engage directly. This is probably really hard, but honk your horn repeatedly or activate the car alarm to get attention. I just turned on my windshield wipers. I'm so nervous. I'm just like, what? I'm going to spray you
I
with
do that
fluid.
half the time when I'm trying to turn my car, turn signal. I'm like, the windshield wipers. This is
Right.
the wrong thing.
Honk your horn repeatedly or activate the car alarm to get attention from witnesses. If you're able, note the driver's appearance, their car, and their license plate number so you can report them once the incident is over.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to run them over?
Probably in Texas, which we'll get to in a second.
Because it seems like, it's that like those laws where if somebody comes onto your property,
Yeah.
you're allowed to shoot them in some states.
In some states.
Stand your ground.
Yeah,
Stand
like
your
I mean,
ground.
for sure, Texas, probably Florida, most states that are in the middle. But like, if somebody's coming to menace and harm you,
Yeah, that's a good question.
I
don't know.
I need to protect myself. Am I allowed to run them over with like my 10,000-pound machine? I don't know how
but
much a
could
car
you do
weighs.
that? I couldn't do that.
Well, if they were coming to, if it's me and my kids in the car,
If they have a gun.
and they're coming to like, I mean, I don't know. Could they get to me if the car's locked?
Or just drive off. If they're
Yeah.
out, I don't know. It says,
Oh yeah, if they have a gun, I'm running the fucker over.
Yeah, if they have a gun. If you've pulled in at a police station and the driver approaches you, call the station to report a crime in progress in the station parking lot.
Ooh, axe. They have an axe. They're going to get you.
Oh, they
Run them
have
over,
an axe.
right?
Yeah.
They can get into your car with an axe.
I just can never, whenever I see that in a movie, like
Yeah.
someone running someone, I'm just like, I just don't think I could do it. It's just so violent and horrible. I
Yeah.
don't know if I could live with myself. But you're right. If they had a gun, of course. I mean, I guess. I apologize. The story does not take place in Texas. It does indeed take place in Florida. This is the this is the headline.
Okay.
2 dads exchanged gunfire in Florida road rage fight, injuring kids, but only one got charged.
Jesus.
2 fathers who got in what police say was a road rage fight in Florida last fall. I'm sorry, don't have the date of this, but I think it was fairly recent. Exchanged gunfire and ended up shooting each other's daughters.
Jesus.
Now, one of them is facing attempted. I thought it was. There's a comma after now, so I thought it was like now. One of them is okay. Now, one of them is facing attempted murder charges, while the other won't have to spend another day in court over the skirmish. William Hale, 36, of Douglas, Georgia, and Frank Allison, 44, of Callahan, Florida, were both driving home with their families on October 8th after spending time in Jacksonville in northeastern Florida. Both men have different stories about how the confrontation started.
Oh, I bet they do.
But both agreed that it was fueled by road rage, that they were brake checking each other. Mm-hmm. I guess, what is that? When you're behind someone or when someone's behind you and you like
yeah, when you
brake
feel like
to
you're getting
annoy them?
when you feel like you're getting tailgated, like somebody's too close to your
Right.
car, and then you put your brakes to
Right.
be like, don't do that.
Right. They were brake checking each other, driving too fast, and that Allison's wife flipped off the Hales, according to police obtained by USA Today. According to police records obtained by USA Today. At some point, Allison, remember Allison is the last name of one of the guys.
Yes.
His family members and an independent witness told police that Hale became the aggressor, trying to run Allison off the road, chasing him down, and throwing a water bottle into his driver's side window.
Okay. And it was probably plastic. It wasn't like a
Right. Yeah, like probably wasn't a metal.
None of them are using the.
They're not using-
recycle. Like, they're not reusing reusable water
Right.
bottles. It was like a arrowhead
Right. That's
plastic.
That's when Allison grabbed his gun and fired. Okay, so the guy throws a water bottle at him.
On what planet, as
Yeah.
my son would say,
Yeah.
are you shooting into a car with a family?
Right.
What a fucking moron.
So that's when Allison grabbed his gun and fired, hitting Hale's 5-year-old daughter in the lower leg. Allison later told police he was aiming at the lower rear truck bed.
Well, he's not.
He's a bad shot.
Yeah, he's not good.
After he shot, my daughter is screaming, Hale told police.
Yeah, she just got shot.
Of course, it was an instant reaction. So Hale, this is the guy whose daughter was shot,
Yeah.
and who threw the water bottle, grabbed his own gun from his center console
They both
and
have guns.
emptied the Glock 43, firing 7 to 8 rounds
Holy
at Allison's
shit.
car. Hale told the police. One of the bullets hit Allison's 14-year-old daughter in the back.
Yeah, look how safe the guns are making people.
Right. I just realized that in the back probably means in the back of the car, not in her back. But
in the back of the car.
Yeah, when I originally read it, I thought it meant it hit her in the back.
It might have.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It hurts, Allison's daughter yelled on body camera footage of the incident. I don't want to die, Hale's 5-year-old can be heard saying on 911 call.
Little honey.
I know. Both girls were treated for their injuries later at local hospitals and survived. That's why I think maybe she wasn't hit in the back.
They're best friends.
Now they're best friends, and they're plotting to kill their fathers.
They should.
Who gets charged? At the time of the melee, police arrested both men on attempted murder charges. That sounds accurate, right?
Yes.
Saying they intentionally committed an act that could have killed the girls.
Yes. And more.
Right.
Other cars,
right. Yes.
other family members.
Yes. The act was imminently dangerous and demonstrated a depraved mind without regard for human life, police wrote. This was October. Now Hale is the only man facing charges. So Hale's the guy who threw the water bottle and then emptied the Glock. The Nassau County State Attorney's Office charged him on March 30th with 3 counts of second-degree attempted murder, 3 counts of aggravated assault, and 1 count of maliciously throwing a deadly missile. That last charge stems from Hale allegedly throwing a water bottle into Allison's car.
Okay. I mean, look, get him with as much as you can.
I know, but listen to this logic. Allison told police that the water bottle did not hurt him or cause him to lose control of the vehicle. It stunned me so bad I grabbed my pistol. And then he fired at Hale's car to get out of the whole situation.
Yeah.
Sorry, though it didn't stop him from driving or hurt him, it caused him to shoot the gun. Allison is protected from being charged himself under Florida's stand your ground law,
my God.
according to the Nassau County State Attorney's
sorry.
Office. Florida courts have held that the throwing of a water bottle or similar object could form the basis of a forcible felony, according to a disposition statement.
He had the right to shoot at that other
Yes.
car. Oh, that is ridiculous.
The water bottle had liquid in it, and Hale threw it with malicious intent, clearly intending for it to enter the Allison's vehicle and possibly strike one of the occupants. As such, the water bottle could qualify as a deadly missile. Back in October, Nassau County Sheriff Bill Leeper told the TV station in Jacksonville that there very nearly were 2 dead kids because of 2 stupid grown men. What is scarier than 1 crazy driver with a gun? Then 2 crazy drivers with a gun, Leeper said. Thankfully, no one was killed in this incident, but it could have easily turned out that way because 2 people were acting stupid and let their tempers get the best of them. He said drivers who find themselves in a similar situation should have the wherewithal to stand down. Someone who's driving aggressively around you, let him go, Leeper said. Slow down, go the other direction. Get the vehicle description if you can and call the police.
That's
someone
so crazy.
shot at your 5-year-old daughter and they're not charged with anything.
I can't even believe that both of them should be in prison.
Yes. On the site, which we will link on the newsletter, there isn't footage of this incident, but there is footage of a very, very similar incident where a guy, I guess, has a dash cam.
Yeah.
So he's filming himself. I think he's driving and a guy comes up on the passenger side.
Okay.
And I guess throws a water bottle at him or something. And this guy shoots like 6 times. Shoots his gun like 6 times and it's all caught on the... And then he like calmly calls the police and says what happened. It's just fucking crazy.
And he just happened to be filming himself.
Yeah, I don't know why the guy's got a dash cam facing himself. I don't know.
He's probably some influencer or something.
Yeah, right, hillbilly influencer or something. I'm not saying he's a hillbilly, but like people have their own like...
He is.
Anyway.
I'll say it. I'm not afraid. Come after me, hillbillies. I'm one of you.
Come at me. Meet me outside.
I'll fight you. Look, I've been in fights. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared. My bones are weakening.
That's why you need many guns.
Exactly. Well, God, that was really fascinating.
It's crazy, right? Yeah. Be careful out there.
I've seen
please.
Here somebody, I don't know what, I think they just cut off or something, but they pulled over and this dude jumped out of his car.
Oh, really?
And was beating the hell out of this person's car and screaming at him and cussing at him and da-da-da-da.
Really?
Yeah, it was scary. Like, we just got out of there. Like, it seemed like by the time we were able to get, because traffic in the valley is crazy, by the time we were able to get away and get out of there, it seemed like he was just going back to his car, but he did that a couple of times and then he would go back. Like, I got to get into this car and beat the shit out of these people. It was
Why didn't the people
scary.
drive? Oh, were they at a red light?
Yeah, they think it's where he got him, and then they just, I don't know why he stopped.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to remember if maybe they were trying to inch away, but it was scary. Yeah, I have no resolution, unfortunately, but it was some white dude with like a mullet. It was
Really?
wild. Yeah.
But the weird thing is, like, yeah, you're crazy for doing that because that's, insane. But also, like, you don't know what's going on in that car. They could have a gun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
it doesn't, whether it's legal or not, I mean, people
Also,
have
this was
guns.
Panorama City, so you don't know what the hell's going to go on in that car.
That's kind of shaky ground, Panorama City.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not familiar, but
it's
north.
like,
North of
yeah.
Van Nuys.
It makes Van Nuys look like Sherman Oaks, put it that way.
And I should know I live in Sherman Oaks.
He thinks he lives in Sherman Oaks. He lives in Van Nuys. Anyway, so
this
that
has been Valley Talk.
all right.
That was great.
Crazy, right? Yeah.
So interesting.
All right. Well, drive calm, everybody. Just remember
Please.
and avoid any. If people are being shitty to you, just avoid them at all costs.
Just drive like you're a woman and constantly be apologizing.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Just make nice faces at everyone and put your hands up and be like, not both hands. Keep one on the wheel.
Right.
Put another hand up and be mouth, I'm sorry.
Right.
Just be Cher from Clueless when she bumps into shit. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
And we'll be
Right back.
Thank you.
Imagine the softest sheets you've ever felt. Now imagine them getting even softer over time. That's what you'll feel with Boll & Branch's best-selling signature sheets in 100% organic cotton. In a recent customer survey, 96% replied that Boll & Branch sheets get softer with every wash. Start getting your best night's sleep in sheets that get softer and softer for years to come. Try their sheets with a 30-night guarantee. Plus, get 15% off with your first order at bollandbranch.com, code WONDERY15. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
Canva presents a work love story like no other. Meet Productivity. She's all business.
The Canva doc is done.
Creativity is more of a free thinker.
Whiteboard brainstorm.
They're worlds apart, but sometimes opposites attract. Thanks to Canva.
The data is in the deck.
And now it's an animated graph.
Canva, where productivity meets creativity. Now showing on computer screens everywhere. Love your work at canva.com.
Welcome back. Chris, I had to pee so much during the last segment that I barely got through it.
You know what's fun about it?
What?
We ran into our guests
I
in the
know.
bathroom.
It was like ladies' night.
It was really fun.
Meet me in the bathroom.
We started the fun in the bathroom. We could
That's
have just
true.
recorded in there.
Yeah.
I wonder what it might be a little echoey.
It probably would be terrible.
So we came back to the studio
And here we are.
with Renee Gauthier.
Yay!
You know her from the comedy world. She does stand-up. She's a writer. She's a producer. We got some fantastic stories during the break. We're not going to share them.
Right.
Some hot goss off the press.
Hot, like you had to use 2 oven mitts on each hand.
You know what? That would be a good T-shirt.
2 oven mitts?
Yeah.
Like hot gas.
Yeah, hot goss. And the oven mitts
that's really
cover
good.
your breasts.
Oh, I like that.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
Right?
Like Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Like someone behind you with oven mitts. Like Janet Jackson on Rolling Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We could do it as aprons.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
On theme.
You could also just have oven mitts that say hot gas.
There you go.
Oh, my God. This is all really good.
I'm seeing a whole line here.
Yeah.
But before
Add that
we
to the merch
get
list.
too far on this tangent, I
Yeah.
do want to say Renee has a comedy special out called High Blood Italian. And you can watch it on YouTube, Spotify.
Spotify.
I like that.
I'm from Ohio. You know what? Anywhere you stream.
It's very exciting.
It is exciting.
And you can also listen to it on where?
anywhere you listen to music. Yeah.
Okay. I'm very excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know when I'm going to listen to it?
What?
On my way home today.
Oh,
in my
you're so
car.
smart.
Because I'm gonna be
do that too.
laughing in my car, but I hope I don't make anybody mad on the freeway and then give them road rage.
Right.
For my laughter. They'll be like, "Who's that bitch laughing? I'm gonna shoot her."
But what if you don't laugh? How? Same.
I
Same
know.
effect.
I've been laughing during the break, so
Yeah.
I already know how funny you are.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. The first half we talked about road rage, and now we're going to talk about a freeway fight.
Yeah,
So-
Renee's bringing it.
Renee,
Yes.
where does this story start?
I'm from Chicago. This is in my 20s, my early 20s. I did stand-up. I didn't do stand-up. I did Second City.
Oh, I did
and
Second
Improv
City, too.
Olympic. Oh, amazing. In
Nice.
Chicago?
No.
Okay.
Here.
My condolences.
I know.
Third city.
No.
Second and a half
Yeah.
city.
I don't even know why I mentioned it. It doesn't really count.
No, it counts. It counts. You learn improv, it counts. I was doing improv. I met this guy. We were in a class together, and then we eventually moved on together and started dating. His name was Fu.
Fu?
Okay.
Yeah, Fu Win, if you want to look him up. Let's see. We met. We were all friends in Second City. He had a crush on me. Do you blame him?
Duh.
No.
And, I was attracted to him because he had a bank account. I think that says a lot.
Yes.
I was like, you have a what now? He's like, I also have insurance. I was like, excuse me, come again? He was
Let me unbutton my top button.
hey, stretch out this turtleneck because it's dead of winter. So he pursued Renee.
Obviously.
And I allowed him to pursue,
Sure.
and we started dating. Now, slowly, just a quick the Freeway incident, slowly I'm realizing he's getting more and more jealous, right? Nothing has changed about what I've done. Like, my clothes are the same. Everything's the same.
Right.
Now I'm a slut in a mock turtleneck, right? Like, like, what, you're wearing that outfit? It was like, just came very slowly. He's also a teeny man.
Are you
like,
guys exclusive?
We're exclusive.
Got it.
He's teeny.
He's a teeny tot. He's, maybe an inch taller than, maybe he's 5'4".
Okay.
No disrespect, but
No.
he's, know.
My husband is that height.
Yeah.
and-
We
And I love
a short,
a fight.
we love a little guy.
I love a little guy.
We love a short king.
We do. Or a short prince. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Kings feel like out of my league. But so we're dating. He meets my family. He's one of 7. He's from this big Vietnamese family. Like, we're dating for like 2 years.
Oh.
Throughout this time, though, he is getting more and more like calling me 50 times at work, hanging up if I don't answer. If I go to the movies, he's like calling me literally 100 times, like, where are you? Why are you there? Like, all that stuff. So it's like, it creeps up and it starts to get worse and worse. And now my mom, I'm a pretty strong-willed girl, and my friends are seeing that, like, I'm losing my voice yelling back at him.
Right.
Like, I'm now participating in this thing. And I don't know what it is yet. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I don't know that I'm in a verbally abusive relationship, even if I'm contributing a little.
And
we're
super
in it.
controlling.
Oh, yeah. Like, wildly controlling.
I have to ask a question, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Please.
But I have to know, because you met him in improv, was he at least funny? Is that why you were into him?
Yes.
Okay.
So everyone considered him one of the funniest people at
Okay.
Second City. That's not why we did class together. So he was also like he like thought I was funny and did, validated and
Yeah,
did
of
all the
course.
right things.
Very
and-
intoxicating.
Yes. And we started doing did I just ruin something?
No.
Okay.
No.
It just went out in one ear, so I thought
Oh,
I
it does that. It's-
Okay, great. I thought it was me.
No.
Because I touched this
You've
and
just
I was
gone
like,
deaf
don't
in one ear.
touch it. Yeah.
I'm
Don't worry,
sorry.
it happens
the
to all the guests.
aftermath, yeah. So we were doing sketch shows together. But he would say some crazy stuff, and I was so attached to his family that it took me a long time to like end it. Right. So we finally take a break and we end it. And I'm living in a family friend's, like, I'm renting her apartment. It's the first time I've ever had my own place. It's in Park Ridge, Illinois. It's like this amazing loft. Like, apartment, and I'm paying like $700 for it. Like, everyone's like, it's down here till from here.
Yeah, right,
You don't ever pay
exactly.
this again.
Yeah.
I purposely didn't give him the key code. We got back together. He had his niece, who was 5, call me.
Oh, no.
Which was so manipulative.
That is low blow.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay. And then his family came to visit. I went and we all went to Viettown together, and I really love his family. They're great people. So we get back together, and it's like Christmas time. And I don't know. My aunt gave me a gift. She always gives me this like over-the-top gift, and he goes, who gave you that? And I was like, oh, we're back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like, you seemed okay, and now we're
It was
back.
like a honeymoon period
Yes.
of reconnecting.
Yes.
Yeah.
He still has no access to this building. Like, he has to get in with me.
Okay.
He also doesn't own a car. So important to the story.
Okay.
So, as it does, winter turns to spring. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I think I got to get out of this. Like, it's not great. he one night is sleeping at my house and I'm watching the Oprah. You remember Oprah used to replay at night?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that happens to be on, right?
And you're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oprah world.
Well, and I also love when dreams are coming true. So I was like, oh, let's see, she gives away a car. It's true. So, and I hate to say this, but this is when I knew already I needed to go, but this was kind of the catalyst to be like, this guy has no place in my life. And I was starting to come to like an understanding of that with myself. When you're in your 20s, you're like fixing everybody and you're not totally seeing it. I still don't know what's going on. I just know this is not great.
Right.
Yeah.
And on the Oprah show, it was about, I believe it was like a tribute to a gay lifestyle and just kind of getting people to understand. I can't remember what was going on in it. And we're watching it. And he says something like, he goes, ugh, all those people should have their own island.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
And I look at him, I'm like, what did you just say? And then I'm worried he's going to like make a thing. It's like midnight. So I just leaned over, literally rolled over and started crying because I was like, I can't have a person that feels that way about anybody.
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering, is he in the closet? Like, is he have an issue because
Right.
he probably can't come out. He probably can't do anything.
Because of his background and his
In his mind, he
culture
can't,
or something. Yeah.
right? Exactly. And so I'm like, oh, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So we cut to the night that he's at my house, and it's Friday because the next day he's going to go to work, and he works like in real estate. And so like as a side job, and he's going to go to work. This whole time he's talking about how he's going to get back into stand-up. I never saw him do stand-up once.
Okay.
But he was like, I want to be the next Dave Chappelle. I want to be, like he was clearly
In more ways than one, apparently.
So, apparently. So he, we're at the house in the afternoon, and it's like spring, whatever. It's like not night. It's not hot out, but it's like finally the sun is out. We're in Chicago, so like we've been waiting for the snow to stop. And we're in my aunt's place, what I'm renting, and he's like, I'm going to work tomorrow. And I go, oh, cool. Maybe I will go rollerblade or ride a bike or work out somehow, like in the city, and then we can meet up after, whatever. And he shifts all of a sudden and goes, why? Why do you need to work out? And I'm like, am I in an after school special? Like, who really says that?
And this was the day after the Oprah thing?
This was like a few days after.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Like every time I tried to end things, it became like this manipulative way to like, so we're there. I think everything's going okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That night, like at 3 a.m, he's wide awake and he is like seething. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, who do you have to work out for?
Oh,
and I was like,
my
for
God.
me. For me.
Yeah. Alarming.
And then it escalates. And this is the first time he was ever physical with me, but he kind of like pushed me up against my wall and like held my neck. And he was so tiny that I just took his hand. And I go, no, we're not. No, honey, we're not.
Oh, my God. I have to work out so I can move your tiny little hands off my neck.
I was like, no. And then all of a sudden I get a phone call from my neighbor who's a doctor. She's a single woman. She lives right across from me. She calls me and she goes, are you okay? Because she can hear us yelling. And now I'm extra upset because now I've embarrassed whoever I'm renting this from.
Yeah.
I was always meant to be a model neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And I was up until that point. I said, I'm okay. Thank you so much for asking. So we hang up and I go, now you've like done it. Like, I need you to leave. He goes, I'm leaving. It's like 3 a.m. He leaves and he can't get back inside.
Right.
And we're in the most suburban part of like, you know what I mean? Like it's not.
You're not in the city.
And not to mention, yeah, exactly. So he leaves and I actually am relieved. He's gone because I know he can't get back up and I'm on the top floor. So I'm like, I feel okay.
Right.
I fall asleep because I'm exhausted. 200 missed calls.
Oh, wait, literally?
Literally.
Whoa.
200 missed calls. They're all from him. A couple from like a payphone, like a random number. And all the messages are like, Renee! Like that's how he's yelling at me.
Oh, my God.
I finally call him back. I go, what is happening? Take a cab or whatever.
Yeah.
Just get out. Like he goes, Renee, I just got pulled over by the cops because they're profiling me. And I was like, okay, I don't think that's happening. But I go, okay, just call a car and go. And he's like, please. And this is how he's yelling. Like, it's like this, like, dire, because I think he knows that I'm done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I go, all right, I'm going to drive you home. And then we are done. Do you hear me? Like, this is it.
Okay.
We're not doing this anymore. Like, this is not who I am. And I've played this game for 2 years. So on and off. So I get in the car. I have a 3-door Saturn. Sorry about it.
Wait, what does a 3-door mean?
Oh, it's got a little side door in the back. So that
but only on one side?
Only on one side. It's all you need. And it it was
that
my first
detail.
car ever.
Oh my god.
I've
and
never, okay.
It was so great.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
gotta look up a 3-door Saturn.
if it didn't get totaled on Christmas while I was gone in Chicago and
Oh,
it was
no.
here, she'd still be around.
Okay.
The air broke and everything.
I think she'd be the only Saturn still
Yeah.
in existence,
proudly,
maybe.
proudly. So I come out of I go wait on the street. I come out of the garage like with the car. There's like no way he's coming in because if he comes in, he's not going to leave.
Right.
And I'm not
Yes.
doing this. Like I'm not yelling in a hallway and being
Right.
that chick that lets some tiny fucking guy treat her like this. Like I'm actually done. Right.
Yes.
He left and I felt great. So I get in the car, we get in the car, and he's like, please, give me another chance. And he's like crying, and I'm like, I go, and I'm for the first time, do you know that moment if you're in like something that feels toxic, no matter what it is, where you finally feel like yourself again, where you're like,
Yes.
we're back. Like,
Right.
I go, listen, it's fine, because I'm trying to get him to, I want to drop him off and be done.
Right.
And he doesn't have a car, so I have no worry that he's going
Right.
to come back quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
It's like you're dropping off a stray dog in the woods
honestly,
or something.
Yeah.
he's like, please don't end it. And I was like, hey, look, let's just drive home and listen to music and we can talk about it in the morning. I'm like playing him a little bit,
Yes.
which may have been my first producing job. And now if you think about it,
You were handling him.
where I was handling
Yeah,
him. So
right.
we're about to get on the freeway to the expressway to get to his house in Lincoln Park. And now it's like 4 a.m. at this point. And he literally, we stop for a moment. He throws the car into park,
No.
takes my keys and leaves.
What?
So I'm like on a ramp.
What the fuck?
Thank God it was 4 a.m.
Wait a
because like
second.
there's no traffic.
You're not even on the freeway, you're on the ramp?
I'm on the ramp. So I'm stuck on the ramp. And he takes the key and opens the door and like flees into the night.
Also, isn't that a thing that can make your transmission just like fly out of your car?
Yes, he's an idiot.
Oh my god.
Thank God I had a Saturn.
Yes. Thank God Saturns are so dependable.
They do have a Toyota engine. That's what everyone always says.
Yeah, I remember.
So he leaves, and this part of me is just like, so I call my sister. She answers, she goes, are you okay? I go, hey, Fu just took the car keys and left. And she goes, what? And I go, I may need you to come with another key and so we can get out of here. But, like, I'll let you know. And
Stand by.
I feel like he'll be back.
Oh god.
Comes running back with the keys.
Like he's like, what am I doing next? I
Where's
don't
he
know.
gonna go, Mister Getting Profiled? Where you going? You know what I mean? You're so afraid to
the
be out in the
key?
world. Yeah.
This is
and he
like
has my
the-
car key.
This is the worst plan ever.
None of it makes sense.
Right.
So he finally gets back, and now I've turned into like, I go, this is enough. You want a ride? I'll give you a ride. If not, get out. Give me the keys. And he's like, okay, and like gives me the keys.
Oh my god.
Give me my keys. And they also have my like apartment door keys.
Yes, everything.
Everything's on it.
Yeah.
So we get back to going. Thank God again that it was 4 a.m. because there's like nobody's driving heavily
Right.
on the roads right now. So we get in. I finally get to the house and he's still begging me. And just like picture, it's like Lincoln Park. So it's like this, you know, fancier part of Chicago, right?
Okay.
It's got like old school homes. So, but it's like misty out. We're in the car. I pull up. It's misty. All you see are my beams, like my light, my headlights. He's sitting in the car, and I go, "Okay, now it's time for you to leave." He goes, "Wait," and I was like, "I'm not. Don't make me pull you out of this car." Now at this point, I am like super strength because I've had enough.
Yes.
Right.
So I get out of the car.
Oh my god.
I open the side door, not the third door.
Right.
I open his door. I open his door, I take the keys out first and
Yes,
foremost.
good idea.
And he locks the door, and I'm like, oh,
Oh my God, he's like 5 years old.
So I open the door. I go, get out of the car. He's like, no. And I was like, I grab him by his arm and fling him out of the car. And it was like a sheet of paper just being removed. I was like, get out of here. Oh my God. I get back in the car. My phone's gone.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, this guy.
At this point, I am the
This is
most...
like dealing with my 11-year-old daughter at bedtime.
Yeah.
100%. It is like a tween.
Yes.
Like who's just like, I know information now, and now I'm also smart.
You
And you're
can't
just like,
make me.
Right. You're like, I know what's going on here. And you're just like, get out of the car. So he gets out of the car. He has my phone, and I'm like, fuck. So I turn the car off, grab the keys, lock the doors, come around, and he doesn't see me coming because he's like looking through my phone for evidence. And I go, give me my phone. He goes, ah! And like, that was pretty fun. And I grabbed the phone out of his hand. I don't know where I came from. I got to be honest. Like, I had switched and like, we're done here.
It was 2 years of pent-up aggression.
Yeah.
and-
It was just like, Renee.
Frustration.
Like, come down from this. What is this? He's like, also like, I won't talk about his dick, but like, there's just things that like you just don't need. You know what I mean? Like, it's just over. What I mean is like, usually
Prince Albert? What are you talking about?
like if you're having great sex with a guy who's no good for you, that is what kind of keeps you.
Yes.
This guy,
You weren't.
nah.
Okay.
You know? Anyway, I won't go down that road, but he, regardless, it was like time to be done. So I grab the phone, I get back in my car, I'm trying to leave. He goes in front of the car. Now the headlights are on, it's misty, and he goes, and like kind of like has limp hands and like just kind of cries and then scurries off into the
Oh my God.
So I'm like, well, good luck out there, and I leave. And he calls me while I'm driving, and he goes, my dad passed away when I was little, when I was 10. He died of a heart attack. Thank you. He died of a heart attack. And so this guy calls me and says, my dad is in the hospital. They think he had a heart attack. My sister just called me. And I'm like, okay, what is the, and of course, like, he's playing me.
Right.
And I go, all right, well, should I call your sister and see if there's anything I can do? And he goes, no, it's too late. And I go, I just want you to know I don't want anything bad to happen to your father, and I hope he's okay. But if you're lying about this, like, we have no chance of ever speaking to each other again.
Good.
And he's like, no, he's like, this has the worst ending ever. Are you ready?
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
So next day, his sister calls me, who I really like. And she's like, hey, Renee, now he has told her a fully different story.
Sure.
And I said, hey, I'll spare her name. And I was like, she was like, hey, Fu told me what happened. And I go, okay. I go, how's your dad doing? And she goes, what? And I go, okay. Just so you know, your brother is highly verbally abusive and he's manipulative. I'm sorry. I never wanted to involve any of you in this. I understand he's your brother. So if he's told you something different and you choose to believe that, I totally get that. But I wish you guys all nothing but the best.
Wow.
And she goes, I'm so sorry. I hear you. Of course, she's not going to say she doesn't believe her brother because they're a tight family.
Yeah.
Did you
And-
tell her that he said their dad was in the hospital?
No.
Okay.
I just let it go because I was like, this is going to serve me not at all.
Yes.
So then, like, the next day, he has his other niece call me.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, she's like, we're in town. Can we see you? Because, like, they all love me. He's not telling them the truth.
Right.
So I go and see them.
Oh no.
You're going to hate me. We get back together.
Wait,
Oh
what?
my God.
Wait a second.
And then he breaks up with me.
No.
Oh my God. It's like the quintessential
Renee.
ending to an abusive relationship where you're just like,
Wait a second.
oh,
Wait
it's
a second.
embarrassing.
Even with floppy hands in the mist.
I don't know how I did it either.
How?
I was reluctant. I'll be honest with you. It was the family attachment. And I think that's what drove it. And I knew it was wrong. We barely ever saw each other after we got back together.
Okay.
You know what I'm
How long
saying?
were you together?
Oh, like 3 weeks, if that.
Oh, okay.
Then he broke up with me and said he was in love with a girl in his sketch group or whatever, and she looks like Scottie Pippen. So I was like, whatever you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do. I actually think they got married and they have babies, but hopefully he's adjusted.
Did she just look like Scottie Pippen, or was she also extremely tall?
It's both.
Oh
She had the jawline of Scottie Pippen. Nose, like she looked like, and only one of my friends pointed it out, or I never would have grabbed it, but I knew there was a familiarity.
Well, Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
my God. So
yeah.
when he broke up with you, did you go, no, I don't want to be broken up with?
No, I was like, started crying because I knew this was the end, in all seriousness, like the end to a cycle I was going to have to face. You know what I mean? Like this thing, even if it's good or bad, you're like traumatized. And so I didn't stop crying for a while. Wow. And I had not cried like that in the relationship. So I was like, went and saw a therapist, and she was like, help me identify what was going on. And I actually read a really great book on it that I never see books about it, like verbal abuse, because I think people don't totally make it abuse as a major thing when it really is. And like, even if you look at pictures, I look from that time, like you could tell that I'm like not myself, like the clothing choices and like I'm a little fuller because I'm kind of like just unhealthy. I'm like stressed all the time. And it was interesting. But then I lost so much weight because of it, dangerously, and not on purpose, but I just wasn't hungry.
You're just depressed.
That the doctor lady across the hall, I was walking in and she goes, are you okay? Like, are you eating? And I was like, what? And I was wearing like a size 1, which is not normal for me. I'm like, it doesn't matter what I was wearing, but it was like such a skinny version of me, like, you know, where people are like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, I'm just not hungry. I mean, I'm eating pizza.
Right.
Like, I'm not eating. And I was like, why do I look? And she's like, I'm just checking in.
Oh, you
Because
didn't even
always
realize.
looking out for you.
Yeah, she was great. I don't even remember her name. What a dick. I know where she used to live.
That's enough.
It's enough. But she was just like, I think she knew what was happening, and she was being as far from it as she wanted to be, but also knowing she would come and make
That's so lovely.
move. It was.
Holy
That was a
ghost.
great story.
Thank you. Sorry it was a little long, but
No,
we
it was
gotta get
perfect.
love the length.
Wow.
The perfect length story.
yeah.
It had
Unlike
twists
Sue,
and turns.
it had length.
Yes.
I'm
Unlike
just reading between the lines.
yes.
It was the size of my thumb.
Whoa.
I don't care.
Okay.
At one point, I was like, are we even having sex? What's happening? I don't care.
I said I'm having sex.
He's just... Renee, I'm addicted to pot. I was like, is this really a thing that's happening right now?
Oh, no. Renee, this has been fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
What
Thank you.
a great
fun.
story.
So fun.
So fun.
Thank you.
Horrible, but fun.
Yeah, that's what I said
like
on the
life.
email.
Yes.
I promise it'll be funny, but I was like, verbally abusive, try to kill me on the freeway.
I was like, sign me up.
I'm just picturing him running around with the headlights on him and just...
In a plunge Hanes tee.
Oh, no.
It's too
V-neck, you're saying? Oh, no. Doing a Jason Sudeikis throwing himself in front of your car. So sad.
That's my favorite part to tell.
Oh, my God.
And then he like flees into the night.
Well, that was amazing. Amazing story.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for letting me tell it.
Absolutely. We will be right back with What Did We Learn Today?
Make this new school year an opportunity for your kids to learn important life skills with Greenlight. Greenlight is a debit card and money app for families where kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely while parents keep an eye on kids' money habits. Greenlight also helps families get into their fall routine with a chores feature that lets parents assign chores and pay kids allowance when they check them off. Get your first month free at greenlight.com/Wondery. Greenlight.com/Wondery.
This episode is sponsored by AutoTrader. There's a good chance you're driving right now. Look around. Safely. What do you see? Cars. Lots of them. And guess what? They're probably on AutoTrader. Whether you're into timeless classics or the latest trends. Did somebody say solar-powered, eco-friendly, vegan, leather-wrapped, aromatherapy-scented, disco ball-equipped, self-driving car? If you see it on the road, you can likely find it on AutoTrader. Big cars, small cars, blue cars, new cars, used cars, electric cars, and one day, maybe even flying cars. With millions to choose from, buying a car becomes a whole lot easier. See it, find it, AutoTrader. Find your next car on autotrader.com.
Kristine, are you ready to learn what we learned today?
Yes, please.
The Pride-themed video for You Need to Calm Down, the Taylor Swift song we're talking about, is filled with queer celebrities, along with cameos from Ryan Reynolds and, yes, Katy Perry. Half of all accidents are related to aggressive driving. You need to calm down. You just need to calm down. All right.
You're being too loud. You need to calm down.
The thing is, I hate when people say you need to calm down, but I like the song.
Oh, I really like the song.
It's horrible when people say that.
Yes.
Someone gives you a rude gesture, shake it off. Okay, enough. We get it. All right. Seriously, do not engage with road ragers. You have no idea what they are capable of or how they may be armed. Protect yourself. Just keep driving.
What we are going to get to is we're going to read some names from patrons of our Patreon.
Awesome.
We do that for our Seek Shelter level. You get to have your name read on air, which is fun for us and I hope fun for you. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First name, pretty standard, great. I don't want to say this person is standard. I mean, they have a classic great name. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Haley Murphy.
Love it.
Love that name. A little Irish sounding. Murphy, right? Ready for this one?
Yeah.
I think I know someone who's going to like this name. Danielle Ross.
Oh, Danielle Ross. Hi, Danielle.
Right? All right, here's a cool one. Sam Urbano.
Oh, that's a good name.
I mean, that sounds like a movie star name.
Yeah.
If you're not in show business, Sam, you should get in right now because
whether or not you have talent.
No, that doesn't stop most people.
No.
Also, it's a really good time to get into show business.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of a strike. And it's easy. All right. Ash B.
Okay.
I don't know the last name.
But it starts with B.
And Ash, I think it's short for Ashley.
Right. Well, it could be a man's name, Ash, or...
Ashley can also be a man's name.
That's true.
I can't think of an example of a man named Ashley. But...
From Gone with the Wind.
Oh, he was not my favorite character.
No.
But I do recall that movie.
Okay, thank you, Senator.
You know what? Have I read these names before?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. But if I did, I guess you're getting them read second time.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're getting a second shout out. Sometimes, you know what? My brain isn't as finely tuned as it used to be. Here we go. Matt Alsdorf.
Whoa, good one.
Matt. We were talking about Matts earlier, but not in a good way, Matt. So it's good you didn't hear that conversation. Yeah. All right. I did 5. And I think this is enough for today.
Well, thank all of you.
Thank you so much for
whether or not your names were read, for being subscribers. We very much appreciate it.
We really do. It means so much to us. It allows us to keep making this content for you.
Yep.
I call it content because I'm
gross.
Really aware of what words to use. I know content's so gross.
I hate that word.
When somebody calls themselves a content creator,
yeah,
I want to say you're a content creator.
You should. You're a content cruntator.
Exactly.
Like to call your pets that.
Yeah. By content creators.
Yeah. And we also want to, of course, remind the audience that we have a live show coming up on September 8th to celebrate our 100th episode.
It's going to be off the hook.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say off the hook?
I don't.
Wait, why wouldn't you?
I don't know. Is it lame?
Oh, but you said allowed. Oh. Like, is it offensive?
It's going to be whack.
No, that's bad.
It's not going to be whack.
It's not going to be whack.
Oh, whack is bad?
Whack is bad.
Whack.
Traditionally, whack is bad.
I wish you could see Danielle. Time this week we're talking about whack.
I wish we were on camera because Danielle just put her head in her hands and like shook her head like, why do I know this person?
This is happening? Go to all our socials to find the link to buy discounted tickets.
Get the tickets.
If you find the link on Facebook, I am sorry, but you have to copy and paste the link into your browser to get to the right link to show you the discounted $15
But you can go right on the newsletter. You can just click on it.
Or
And
Twitter.
Linktree, you can just click on it, which is in our Instagram. So we're making it easy for you guys.
Yes. So, and we would really love to see all you guys. As many as you can come out. That would be exciting for us.
We want to see your faces and see if they match
your names.
I've made a face for all your names. I pictured a face and then I drew it.
You know what Ash B looks like.
I made an oil painting and I want to see if it matches all the oil paintings I have hanging in my house of your faces.
Yeah. And then if they don't, you could just rearrange them.
I'll repaint them.
Right. Oh, wow.
I'll burn the original paintings.
Wow.
Repaint.
Okay.
Dedication.
Yeah, well, you know, I have hobbies.
Okay. Well, have we covered everything?
I can't imagine we haven't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess until next time,
remain calm.